Hello. It's been about a year since I posted a video here on YouTube. Um, mushroom season just about starting. I only found one so far, and it's frosted the past couple nights, and it's supposed to frost again tonight. So maybe next week I'll go looking again when it gets a little warmer out. But in the meantime, I've been working on this old teepee again. It's behind me, and had to replace the tarps on it. This time I used extreme duty tarp, silver on one side and black on the other. It's from Harbor Freight, and the size of the tarps were a little different this time. I think I was using 15 foot by 25 foot, either medium duty or heavy duty last time, and the configuration is a little different this time because I used 16 by 20 tarps, 16 feet by 20 feet. And I like the way that it finished at the bottom. I could tuck the tarp underneath the beams that support the structure and meet at the top. And it just wrapped around a little differently than the previous configuration I had with those other tarps. I don't have a door on the front like I used to be able to. Let's see, I can't flip this around anymore. I'm not good with cameras. Anyway, we'll just go this way. See, before I had a flap that I could undo right here and open up, and that allowed me access to just walk around outside and go to my house, and I don't have it this way this time. This is the only way I get in or out now. Flap, it just folds down, then I bungee cord it over and attach it to that concrete block over there. And I'll show you the inside in a minute. So as for the outside, I figured out a better way to do this smoke flap at the top. The smoke flap consists of this pole going up, and there's a bit of the tarp material that connects around. It goes down and attaches to this pole up here. And when I had this configuration previously, I didn't have the thick rope wrapping around all the way around to the other side where it meets the concrete block. And sometimes in a windy condition, the whole thing would just blow over and rain could get in the top there where everything meets up. If you can see real closely, the top is that's the top of the chimney. I got a stove inside. I've only used it once or twice, enough to put a good burn on and see how it functioned and see if it was leaking smoke anywhere, and it did. I had to recaulk it with some other heat resistant type of bonding glue of some sort. I don't remember what kind it was, too long ago. So yeah, the top of the teepee, I think that's probably about 17 feet up at the top of that smoke. That cap is up there at the top of the stovepipe. So this camera's going to have to readjust to the light sitting in here. Should do it okay. Hopefully. Yeah, it lights up a little bit. So with the black on the inside instead of silver or brown like I had in previous types. This is the third time I've had tarps on this. Each time I've gone consistently more thick on the tarp. I started with medium duty that was brown, and I went to the heavy duty that was silver. And I called that 50 Shades of Silver because sometimes you buy different tarps at different stores and they don't match exactly the same color. And I still got my hammocks set up here. These poles are 2x4 construction, all screwed together. I didn't have any saplings nearby that were straight enough or strong enough, or I couldn't transport them to this spot, so I just used lumber, 2x4 lumber. And so that's one hammock. It's still hung up. And here's the other hammock over here. And these seats, or whatever you want to call these, stumps, they're all from a cedar tree that came across the street from my neighbor's house. This is a heat, well, if you put it on top of the stove and the stove gets up to 300, 350 degrees, it'll automatically start spinning. It's got one of those little temperature gauges inside of it that just makes it start spinning all on its own. It doesn't take any batteries or anything. Here I've got the temperature gauge, and over here I've got containers of, well, I conserve my ashes from fires. There's some sawdust in here. And these are all pine cones. All these containers of pine cones, more pine cones. This is some type of old type of baking oven. I haven't used it yet. Each of these doors opens, I guess, if I had 4 hands, it should open. Probably mice in there, I don't know. Yeah, I've got lots of pine cones for, starting fires, and even more stuff over here to supplies for keeping the fire going with bigger logs, and twigs and cedar bark. It's kind of fun to work with. Gets fires going. And a bunch more twigs. As I'd cut down a dead ash tree several years ago and just decided to keep a lot of the stuff in case I want to make fires. Now, this isn't my only wood source. I've got a whole side of the house. It's covered over with another tarp for regular firewood when I want to do some grilling. I like to grill steaks outside, and I like the smoky flavor that the ash wood makes for the steaks. That's the skylight with the smoke flap on. Without the smoke flap, it would be a bigger hole up there. Maybe not much bigger, but I'm still trying to keep the rain out for now. I would remove the smoke flaps in case I decided to not use this and bring in my grill and make a bigger fire here and just go straight up. I don't know if or when that'll happen again, but I have had a fire in here like that before. These tarps do come out farther, but if I do, they'll collect rainwater and it'll puddle back in here, and same way over there. Those tarps would come out further. That one especially will come out to here. That's underneath the hammock. And that's kind of what's going on so far. I've got these little screws going in the wood here in case I want to hang lanterns or some other items. I have had other light sources hung up there before. And all this is held together with bungee straps. Different colors. Doesn't matter as long as it's functional. This orange one. Green. In order to set those up in place, I've got to use my 8-foot step ladder. I get way up there to the top, attach things around way up there to the top. And this is as big of a teepee as I could physically put together, just because in order to get this thing upright, the frame of it, you got to grab 3 of these that are, I think each one is close to 20 feet long, and you've got to lift all 3 at the same time and then spread them out to make the base. That's not easy for one guy. Maybe if I thought about it a little better and had a better place to push them off from at the bottom, I could lift them up better. But yeah, I don't care to go any bigger than this. At the base here, I believe it's somewhere close to 20 feet across. Plenty of room. I could set up another tent inside here if I wanted to and camp out without thinking there's going to be mice getting in or spiders. I don't like critters too much. This weather here lately, it's perfect for camping. Insects won't come out when it's much less than 60 degrees outside, Fahrenheit. But you probably figure that. Living here in Indiana, we don't do a whole lot of metric and those other, I don't know words. So that's about all I got for now. There might be another video coming up soon of another project I'm working on with building another, not a real tree house, but a tree stand of sorts out in the woods along, well, access near a railroad track. I found a wood pallet. I'll probably take that apart and reassemble it somehow to a configuration that fits whatever tree setup I can find. And I'll be working on that when I recover from actually hauling it there about a half mile up the railroad track from where I had found those pieces of wood. That's all I got for now. We'll see you later. Maybe. Can I see through these videos? Nope. Bye.